volume, wake the crowd. F'nAround, stop the day. Rats and raves, we got something to say.
Welcome back to F'nAround in the morning. I'm your co-host, Joe.
What's good, JJ, everybody?
What's going on, buddy?
Man, it's fucking, I know it's cold by you, right? I know it's cold by you, but it's like these people down here, dude, they hear the word snow. We have a slight possibility for snow Friday, right? These people down here treat it like it's Hurricane Katrina coming. So all the paper towels are gone. All the milk's gone. All the water's gone.
Jeez, I remember when I used to be a stock jockey and I do sales pitch days. If there was like even snow in Texas, like just touched the ground like a little bit, everything shut down and no one went to work. So
oh my God, that's how it is here.
I'm guessing it's the same way. Everyone's afraid. But
dude,
it always used to bother me. Like, yo, why is everyone shut down? Why does they act like a natural disaster? Like up here, if it snows, who cares? And someone told me this, and maybe it's why it's down there. So you got to think about it this way. Don't think about it. It's like, oh my God, they got snow. We get 10 times of that all the time. The view is we get snow and we're used to snow. So we're able to handle it. The problem is when you go down south, it's not that they don't know how to handle snow. They don't have the infrastructure in place. So if you get a lot of snow, you get some ice, they don't have trucks combing the streets, dropping salt. They don't have plows going.
That's what Tink said. Yeah, that's why, like she said, it's more of like a thing like Georgia, the area, especially we're in, is never prepared for snow, right?
Correct. So if you get snow and
little bits,
you get a little bit and shuts it down. You even get ice on the road. You're not going to have trucks up there de-icing the roads because you don't have them stand by like Chicago does 24/7, where we got trucks sitting around forever, just ready with salt to drop. And then even if snow doesn't come, they'll still salt just in case.
Just in case, just in case type shit. Yep. Yeah, but yeah, it's cold as fuck down here though. Super fucking cold. Got maybe a call for a little bit of snow, so the kids are super fucking excited. You know, Santino hasn't seen snow in a while.
I bet he's happy. Hopefully he can get a snow. Hopefully he can get a snow angel in. Otherwise, you just go to the beach. Right. Go to the beach in the summer and do a sand angel.
Yeah, right. And the dude, actually, big plus side to being around this area though, it's like super gorgeous. So they got like Lake Lanier, that super haunted lake and shit.
Okay.
And that's over here. It's super gorgeous. It's just he's excited to see the chance of possibly having some fucking snow again.
No, I get it. Snow makes the holidays for a kid. For us, it meant no school.
Them up by Uncle Joe. I'm gonna send them by Uncle Joe for a winter and fucking have him shovel the front of the building and shit.
For us,
listen, kid, get out there and salt.
But for us, it used to mean no school. So you'd always pray for it, but then we still always had school. I mean, I could probably count on like both hands the amount of times we missed school for snow.
Dude, you know what's crazy? And
now they miss it all the time.
We got something today that we're talking about that it's not pertaining to this, but we're talking about schools at some segment that we got today. Right. But you know what's crazy? I noticed these kids, they're never in school.
That's where I was going with that comment.
Dude, they have like some serious amounts of breaks. My son's break was a week and a half long right after he had break from Thanksgiving. So he was really only in school for like 3.5 weeks from November to December.
That's crazy. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I remember being in school all the fucking time and barely having time off. Like it almost felt like we only had a week here or a week and then we barely got snow days. You basically had to have like a statewide emergency for us not to be in school. Yep. And we'd be sitting there watching the TV and every school would be off but mine. Like, Jesus, they don't shut down Catholic schools, do they?
And you know what? You'll relate to this a lot more than me because you went to St. Ignatius, right? So, I asked my niece the other day. I've lived down here with Teresa and them for like the past 2.5 years.
Right.
I asked my niece. I was like, Delaney, you don't get homework, and she's like, no, I don't. And I've been asking for quite some time. I'm like, yo, where the fuck's the homework? Right? You never have to do homework. And I thought maybe she had been like bullshitting. Mm-hmm. Like maybe she does it at school and then just says she doesn't have it, or maybe she's hiding it like we used to, right? They legitimately do not give out homework anymore.
Man, we used to have to get a certain amount of homework per class, even in grade school and middle school. Like, it was like this amount of homework.
Imagine St. Ignatius with homework, dude. I could just imagine the amount of homework that you guys had.
Well, I mean, even in grade school, we still did reports and paperwork and projects. And
I always had homework too, but like I went to public schools all the way up till I went to Driscoll, right? And then Driscoll, I really started to see a little bit more homework, right? But it was obviously a private Catholic school, and I didn't play any sports there, so I had to do homework, right? If you played football there, you didn't have to do no homework. It was fucking crazy. But they had a good amount of homework, right? But when I worked at the shop, right, on Polk Street, I used to have this kid Logan and all of his friends used to come in from St. Ignatius, right? They'd come in after school, they'd get the same fucking sandwiches about every other day, and they'd sit there and Logan would do his fucking homework. And I mean, this kid would pound away at 2 hours worth of homework at the shop, right? And he'd be doing his thug dizzle. Right. I come out here, I don't see no homework, and it's legitimate. They don't give out homework here. It's all done in the class, and then it's like free for all when you go home.
What then? What did you do in the class? If you're doing your homework in the class,
there's no homework given out. They don't give out homework. Now I don't know if that changes when like she gets to middle school next year, right? So I don't know if that changes. But from what I could see, when this bus drops off these kids, they're out running the neighborhood, kicking it, chilling. Nobody's ever got any fucking homework to do. The teachers don't give it out.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, I used to do it all the time. I mean, in grade school, I would go home and do it. When I got to high school, yeah, sometimes I did it at night, but I started becoming the person I preferred to do it in the morning. Like,
yeah, see, even me, I didn't like to do homework, but one thing I can tell you it did was it gave you some type of fucking responsibility. My mom and dad told me I couldn't do shit till my homework was done. So on the days where I didn't feel like lying about doing it, I had to go home and do my shit. And then I ran around.
And then I learned what a syllabus was, and I learned what I had to do and what I didn't have to do.
Remember our planners, dude? Remember the cool little planners, bro? That used to have like the designs on the front, and they used to move and shit. You used to have to write all your shit down in every class and everything.
I mean, I love doing that shit. Like, once you gave me the syllabus and told me what it was, you could sit there and say, okay, all they got to do is get this % on everything and I pass, right? And that's how I did it.
Oh, so you were one of them guys. So you went to the syllabus day of getting it and figured out what you needed to do and had that shit done ahead of time.
Well, that's the best way to do it because then you can sandbag it. You don't have to participate. You don't care.
Not for me, dude. Fuck it. I just said, fuck it. I'm going to take my chances, baby. Kill it at finals, kill it at midterms, and do some fucking reports. And never did a lick of homework.
Well, then but then it was great because then when you get to college, then there are some classes where like, yo, this counts at this %, this counts as this. If you want,
so then
yeah. I mean, I even had a teacher once that told me like, by the way, you have a choice at the end of the semester where you can take your final grade and get your final grade, or you can take your average up to the final and take that whatever you prefer. And I'm sitting there like, I'll see you at the final.
See you at the final.
See you at the final.
Dude, see that. See, I didn't go to college until fucking prison, but I handled all of high school when I was my senior year, I was in John Michael's classes with all the freshmen. It was fucking crazy, dude. They fucking held me back so much, bro. It was like, dude, this fucking. So obviously my method wasn't fucking working, right? So when I say kill it at the final, that just means try really fucking hard. That doesn't mean that I actually killed it. But no, so to kind of get into, it's absolutely crazy what they're doing to school, right? Which brings us into one of the things that we've been talking about on the phone the past couple of days that you just sent over. And it's actually crazy. You've been mentioning this, trying to get behind this child trafficking stuff here and there. And, here you go. You got some shit kicking off in the UK where it looks like there's really a fight to try to get some regulations behind making sure that grooming's not going in school.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. So like what it looked like they're doing is they're trying to assign numbers to kids, like when you do insurance for adults. So you can track all the kids from birth so they can know where they're at. Then they want to make sure they're in school and education. And it's putting it into effect where you can no longer just pull a kid out and pull them out of the system. They actually want to be able to track the kids in the school system to make sure they're in there and kids aren't in school anymore and at home and not being just hidden at home without an education. So if they're homeschooled, they actually want to be able to track them and know these kids exist. So, I mean, I could see why it could go either way, but from a point of how the world is and what's going on, I think it's a great idea. It's almost like giving them a social security number, like just like everything else, but tracking them for education purposes, not just for finances anymore.
and also to get a little specific, right? So they're really focusing on the people and the children being
Yeah.
homeschooled and private schools, right? So don't think that they're trying to number all children,
Right.
right? What they're trying to do is since you're seeing this massive pivot, which I would imagine is even greater in the UK, right?
Right.
You're seeing this massive pivot to people keeping their children at home for school,
Yep.
or sending them to like some private Montessori school, some type of deal, right? Right? And all they're trying to do is to say, listen, that's cool, you guys are doing this stuff, right? But let's have some fucking oversight on this stuff to make sure that things are being ran properly. It's not about numbering children,
No.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because that's what you get from the other side. Though it's like, oh, why are you trying to number our children? Come on, man. Listen, we're just trying to make sure you guys are doing the right fucking things. We see how things are being done in the past. We're just trying to be ahead of the situation type shit. And it's pertaining to those kids that are at home being homeschooled.
And they're trying to talk about it as an anti-grooming bill because they're afraid of
100%,
what they're afraid of is, for trafficking, obviously, of children and grooming them into doing bad things by pulling them out, saying they're homeschooled and they're not. And obviously, that's not the majority of the situation. It's a small percentage, but the fact of they're trying to find ways to prevent that from happening. And it seems like people are putting a fight up against that.
Yeah, and Joe, I'm sure you're familiar. You might know a little about this too. This is not the first time that we've had some shady shit going on with schools. You remember them schools that used to pick you up they used to come pick you up because you were such a bad kid, right? So they pick you up and they take you out to this fucking school in the middle of the desert somewhere, right? And your parents signed this waiver and said, "Listen, my kid's a bad kid. He needs help," right?
Is there a whole movie? Isn't that like the movie Holes?
So the movie Holes is like that, but there's actually been a couple documentaries that have come out about these schools, and I'm gonna get the info so we can get specific about it on a different episode. But
yeah, because there wasn't there a huge issue with Dr. Phil or one of those things where he was sending
one of the schools he was sending them to is one of these schools.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing is people notice that this has happened before, right? We've trusted the private school situation before, and it's really hurt some kids. Like I watched this doc with Angela one night, dude. Some of these schools that they had, and these were things that were going on when Joey and I were kids, mind you. They don't do them no more. They're not really out there. But when we were kids, they did have those bad camp schools where the fucking counselors came and grabbed you in a van in the middle of the night and said, "Hey, listen, you're coming with us. Your parents already signed this paper. You're gone."
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know anyone that happened to.
Oh, dude, tons of kids, dude. I could name, dude. I'm not going to name the school off top, but they tried to send me to an alternative school because I got caught with weed at school where they used to handcuff your ankle to the desk, right? They handcuffed your ankle to the desk and they were allowed to hit you. And it was ran by ex-military people, right? And I'm sitting here, and me and my dad are in the meeting, and my dad literally told the guy, he was like, "Listen, I'm letting you know right now. You understand, not to mention what my son's going to try to do to you if you put your hands on him, right? If you put your hands on my son, I'll beat the fuck out of you." And he was like, "I don't think this is going to work." Dude, and they literally expelled me from District 202 in Plainfield because I refused to go to that school. And eventually they found a school that would take me. But I was like, so I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, so now that we've learned from the past and seen what has happened with some of these school situations in the past, you have the conservatives in the UK trying to get behind this and just be like, listen, let's have some oversight.
Right.
Right? We've seen this happen before. Let's just make sure it doesn't happen to our children again. And now here you go. You got the other side going, oh no, freedom, freedom, freedom. You guys are a bunch of communists. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the fucking shit you get, Joe. What do you think, man?
It's actually mind-baffling, the fact of everyone's screaming about protect the children, and then when you have an opportunity to actually protect the children or actually look out for them to a way where they're being watched or taken care of, or a greater regulatory system wants to give them attention, then nobody wants to do it. But when you want to use them as an example to, benefit financial dollars for a big corporation, all of a sudden it's all about the children.
Oh yeah. So when you get these, I'm going to use a word Joey taught me on the show here. When you get these PACs involved and all these other people, all these funds and shit like that, where people's pockets are going to get a little do re mi, it's all good.
Right. But when it's actually about helping them and it doesn't financially benefit someone else, no.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally had to put in there.
Isn't that a crazy concept?
I mean,
dude?
they literally had to put in the bill to get people to start doing it that they would not cut the salaries or they would hurt the benefits for the teachers if they did this, because the teachers group started getting involved because they thought they were going to reduce what they pay the teachers. So then you had the teachers group speaking up like, oh, if they're allowed to do all these homeschools and we're going to do this, it's going to affect our dollars. So why should we allow this to happen?
Out of this fucking world, dude. Out of this fucking world. Absolutely out of this fucking
This is
world.
UK though. Again, it's
yeah,
not
but
us.
but mind you, this stuff matters though.
Right.
This
Exactly.
Stuff, the main thing that a lot of people, which when we were kids, right, we weren't, I can't say that I was taught, right, as I got older, that the things that go on outside of this country, they actually do really matter here a lot more than people fucking think.
And the market and the industry and our trade.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like you and I were talking about yesterday with the hemp. What happens in other states affect us here. So everything like that, world news, world regulations, everything. What happens somewhere else will affect us.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people go from the United States to go to these boarding schools and all these stuffs in the UK because they do have some very good schools in the UK. I bet you, I'm willing to bet that the UK's got a very good, what's that called? Education.
Oxford.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to, right?
Yeah.
You got some very upstanding schools over there, so I could imagine what like high school and other things like that are like, right? So there's nothing wrong with, I believe, just trying to get some oversight and bring some attention to how these things are done. And Elon Musk is even backing this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So Elon Musk has even spoke out and said, like, listen, this is good. This is a good thing. And maybe that doesn't mean giving them numbers, right?
Right.
But what you can say is that if you just get behind this situation and iron it out nice, we can come up to a pretty good solution to make sure that this, especially with the minds that are behind it. Think about the people that are behind stuff like this.
And again, like the fact that they're doing this means there's a reason that they have to put this into place. Something occurred or more than once for them to realize that they need some type of oversight.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. 100%. Well, I'm definitely going to want to keep an eye on this, even though, you know, it is the UK, dude. We do got listeners out there.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to stay in tune with what they got going on over there. But you know, to kind of pivot a little bit here, and this is kind of a big pivot, right? But we haven't done anything like this necessarily just yet. But you know, me and Joey are on the same page. We want everybody to also understand that not only do we have the morning show and the amazing podcasts and all that production stuff that we have going on, we are very devoted to the music industry over here, dude.
Yep.
That's been our centerpiece from the get-go. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a very stressful business. It's very tiring. It's really hard to map out, but with the team that we got, we're doing very well. And we got some good numbers, right? We got some good news. I'm gonna kind of dispute this a little bit, even though it is good news. Yep. I'm going to dispute it because Joey actually is the one that sends out the royalty checks. So he'll be able to fucking let you guys know a little something. So supposedly music is back. We had music sales hit a 20-year all-time high. Ooh, let's go, baby. Joe, tell us a little bit about that, bud.
Well,
tell us a little bit about how we can dispute that.
Well, from our perspective, the sales may be at all-time high, but I don't think the revenue is.
Bingo.
So the numbers, the listeners, the albums, the songs, yes, you're talking all-time highs because you got people more involved in it. There's more music. Social media is pushing it. I think TikTok made it very more mainstream with how they're doing the songs and stuff. So it got people a lot more interested in it and multiple generations. But it's not benefiting the artists.
It most definitely isn't. And just the fact of them dropping an article like this should have artists all around the world screaming out. Because if we're hitting record numbers in sales, right, record numbers, 20 years, this record's been there, right? I could tell you right now, 120 songs as of 2023, right? So this is a little bit old. 120,000 new songs are published daily. Right now, I'm gonna say that number is probably up to about 150, maybe even greater now, I would imagine. And 150,000 songs published daily, and we're hitting record numbers in sales, right? And the artists still ain't making nothing, Joe.
Yep.
They don't make a goddamn thing. We're talking fractions of a cent on some type of streams.
Oh yeah,
some streams are fractions.
Hey, you've looked through the numbers, right? When you see it, where it breaks it down, like even the ones like where it tells you like, oh, you get like this or this, and then all of a sudden you look at it, it's not even the same numbers of what they tell you. It's showing you what the average makes or what the bigger people make. You're seeing stuff like fractions. Like you're like, how many? Like you're getting hundreds of streams and you're still not at a penny. Sometimes you're like, what is going on? Like
it's crazy. Millions of streams doesn't necessarily pay you the money that you need to put in to get that, right? So let's shout out to Boss Man D-Lo, right? I don't fuck with his music. I know a lot of people do. Me personally, I don't fuck with it. But a lot of the world does, and he's a great artist. Let's just say that, right? So he just did an interview, and I've mentioned this, I believe, before on here, where he said that he had to put $100,000 into his music before he started to see real money, right? Now, real money isn't life-changing money, right? That's not what he's saying, but he's saying to start seeing some money come back, right? That's not a bad number. I'm not saying it's a bad number, but to recoup that money in streams, right? So if you don't pick up merchandise deals, if you don't pick up endorsements, if you're not getting shows, right, you're basically getting paid off of stream money. I mean, there's other things too, right? But stream money just doesn't pay no more.
No.
So these record numbers, yeah, they're great for the labels. Universal's probably killing it, even though they got lawsuits up the ass, which one day I'm going to let Joey loose on your punk ass, right? We haven't got there yet. We got a developing story with it, which one day Joey will get cut loose on Universal. And we'll dive into that. But, you got Universal checking a bag. You've got Sony. You've got all these major record labels, Empire, all these places checking money, bro. What about the artists?
Not checking any money. They're getting
what about the artists?
They're all getting advances.
Yeah, they're taking them too, man.
Yeah,
they're taking them bitches. I can't tell you how many artists have like come to the table that we've talked to, and they're like, so listen, you guys like do advances and shit, and we're kind of like, man, listen, we don't give out no money, right? We're a smaller record label out of the Midwest on the come up right now, and advances just really aren't in our wheelhouse right now. And a lot of people I hear aren't doing that either, unless you're getting one of these major guys, right?
Right.
They'll definitely give you an advance. But from what I hear from people in the industry in Chicago, shout out to my boy Nashay at Insanity Records, right? And Insanity Entertainment. It's crazy. Great situation over there. He tells me all the time that he's also got to see the commitment before he even talks about an advance. Right. He's got to see that you're going to put in that work for that money right now, right? But the big guys don't got to worry about that because they're hitting record numbers in sales, baby.
They're making their money. They're getting their stuff.
Joe, one of these days we're cutting you loose on them. What do you think?
I think it'd be fun.
What do you think? You think you'd enjoy that? I know. Listen,
I know I would.
You guys, people, one day we're gonna get a camera on you when you're doing your we're gonna call it research, and when you're diving into something. When somebody sends something to Joey, and he gets these things where certain people are like, "Hey, can you look into this?" Right, for whatever situation. He's still very heavily embedded in the financial world, dude. People still love him. So he's pivoted many places. And he's got good friends in him. So people be sending him shit. And then it's like, zoom. It's like, it finds everything, dude. So just wait till we cut him loose on these major record labels and stuff, where we can actually talk about some of the ins and outs of these record sales.
Yeah, I just, once I start digging, I keep going and I start following the money. I start following the patterns. I start looking for the inconsistencies. And then I just kind of, it's like a dog with a bone. I found the smell and I'm never stopping. Like, I just
Joe,
keep
what do the
going.
F'nArounds think about this, right? Because the F'nArounds did
That's what,
millions of
that's who
streams
I
in a
was
month.
talking about when I was looking at the numbers. I just got their stuff for the other month, like for the December's. I'm looking at it like with them and they're like, Jesus, they're getting like, it's because it just their first song kicked off and it did really well in September, but it hasn't all kicked in. And they're looking
Mm-hmm.
at shit where they're getting like fractions and fractions of a penny, and it's showing them on there. It's showing them the countries. They went through the full Excel sheet with me. We were going through it. It shows them the
Mm-hmm.
countries that listen to it, the cities that listen to it, and a lot of the things on the chart. They even shows them on there as being streamed, and they still put zero on there, where they got no royalty for streams.
Mm-mm.
Like, have you seen that on some of the other ones too? Like, I'm looking through
Not yet, no.
the whole Excel sheet, and they're seeing thousands and thousands of streams to start, like, because it's just starting up on it. And they even have listed next to it, zero, payout, zero, payout, zero, payout. Like, it's like you're showing us the streams, but you're not even like paying them for it.
Man, you should talk about that, dude. You know what we should do? I've been trying to get in touch with Two Lost for quite some time because I do have a couple of things that I want to discuss with them, because what I'm seeing through Two Lost is sometimes it'll get delivered to all these platforms, great, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then like Apple Music will be missing. I know Tommy's been having an issue with how long one of his songs got delivered to Apple Music. And then Stunts was all good, right? Stunts, I believe, was delivered everywhere on time. But I want to figure out why that happens.
I almost feel like it prioritizes the artist.
It could be. It's a very good opinion. Yeah, it's a very good opinion.
Because like when we were working with them when they did their first song, it took like 2 to 3 days. And then after they did Cannabis, everything else started coming the same day.
Oh, okay. So it probably goes on how the artist, uploads go, how the streams are going and shit like that, right?
Yeah. So
well, Two Lost is, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I advocate to everybody for them. Do they have some kinks that need to be worked out, dude?
Everybody does, yeah.
They do. But as far as growth, since we've started using them, they've added so many more new features. I don't know if you've got to catch any of them, dude, but there's some great new features on the Two Lost platform that are out of this world.
Yeah, I mean, like I was going through it with the F'nArounds. Like, I mean, they even they made like 8 cents, 7 cents with their stuff that they featured with Darth Tink too. Like
no shit.
So that,
nice.
Yeah. Because I was like, but it went from like what in August they did 9 cents on Two Lost. I think in September they're up to like 650, 660. So
Jesus Christ.
But like they're watching it like, but it's kind of, they're showing me, they're laughing, like it's showing the stream difference, but it's still like there's nothing there.
Yeah, there's the pay they got to do. I know that there's a couple big artists. I know Snoop Dogg's one of them that's speaking out against the way these streaming payouts are, because you went from when like a guy like Snoop Dogg came up, right, and all them other guys, even a lot of the, not even just Snoop Dogg and older guys, when you used to have the CD sales and all that other shit, dude, you're talking about, if you made $1 million, you were up there then. You know what I'm saying? If you had 1 million in copies sold, I mean, come on. How much do you remember how much CDs were? $12 a piece. So if you sold 1 million fucking copies of your fucking album, you're over $1 million.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what your cut was, but yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying in total.
Right,
and obviously labels got to get paid, so on and so forth, right?
But you're at least making $1. You better be making at least $1.
Yeah, you better be making $1 off of your fucking hard copy
Which
sales.
is why you look at independent artists. Like I always bring him up, but Tom McDonald, look at him. He's always pushing his CDs still. He signs them, he makes them, and he sends them out himself. And he sells thousands.
Still does that too. Yep.
And he sends thousands and thousands of them for each CD because he still makes them, he autographs them, and he ships them directly to you himself because he's an independent artist and he doesn't like how the system works.
Great, solid example. Listen, even if you don't like his music, because his music is very controversial, right? Great music in my opinion, but very controversial. If you want to look at one of the best examples of independent artists, and I'm talking about complete and full independence, right? Right there.
Yeah. He does it himself. He does it with his girlfriend.
Even with being shadow banned.
Yeah.
Think about how often he's shadow banned everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and shadow banning is like legitimately a bad thing. Like look at my LinkedIn. Like, and I'll tell you this because I've been noticing it. When I start hitting topics people don't like, they start shadow banning me. So last week I went up and I was getting thousands and thousands of hits a day. I must have upset someone because I have thousands and thousands of followers on there. And today I'm only at 14.
Ooh.
So when you have thousands and thousands of followers and you do a post and only 14 people see it, it's kind of pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah, right. It's obvious there's some type of shadow banning situation going on. Yeah, but he deals with that shit, and he, like you said, his girlfriend too, Nova.
Yeah.
Them two are just straight. It's like a straight independent push, and they fucking go nuts.
But luckily for them, though, and I will say that they have some very devout followers and people and fan base.
Do.
So not when he pushes it, and he does it on his TikTok, his social medias, his YouTube, and he pushes it out there. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of channels out there that people have made as fans where they just screen record it and repost it and send it back to him because they know they'll get a following because he's shadow banned and they push it all back to him. So even when he can't get his audience out there, other people find a way.
Yeah, dude. Very, very, very good example of an independent artist that's fucking killing the fucking game right now.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Absolutely.
But we're gonna start integrating a lot more of this music industry, this bullshit actually we're gonna call it, because this streams, the streams and stuff like that, dude, something's also gotta be done about that. And it's crazy. There's guys that could be speaking out against this that could make a huge difference. Like there's a select group of guys that if they told the major labels that they need to increase streaming numbers,
they can make it happen.
They're gonna walk, they can make it happen in a second. But the thing is they're checking, so they don't care.
Right. It's kind of like what we talked about yesterday when we were talking about the alcohol drinks. If the people who are the most affected by this stuff aren't speaking out, it says a lot more than if they were.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does. And none of these bigger guys, a few of them do, a few of them speak out, but what you got to do is you got to do something that's going to make a difference.
Right.
Now, this doesn't mean go and fucking threaten to kill a CEO or shoot a CEO. That's not what the fuck we're saying, you crazy fucks, right?
And it doesn't mean go start your own platform, have everyone buy a new streaming device and have it bomb and fail, and then everyone's stuck with a streaming device that doesn't work. I mean, we've seen that happen too.
People don't realize how much just standing together, right, and unifying against something like stuff like this, how much that really does, right? I don't know how much is being talked about, and I really want to pay attention to it a lot more. But I think we need to dive. We're definitely going to get on this topic a little bit more. Joe will have some fun with Universal too once we let him loose, like I said. So we'll definitely be doing more of this streaming talk. So if anybody has any input or wants to get on the show, more than welcome. Let us know. Reach out, and we'll get you up on the show to dive into this. I know Phil will probably want to talk about this.
Tom, you want to get on this show? You got a free invite whenever you want.
Oh God, yeah, dude. Tom McDonald wants to get on the show. I'm dropping what I'm doing for whatever, and we're doing that.
Also, if anyone knows Charlie Classic, I am dying to get him on there. He did some posts, and I'll tell you this. So he did something on TikTok, Charlie Classic. He's an entertainment, social media personality. You know who he is, right?
Yeah.
He used to be a strip club DJ, so he used to do all those stories and stuff. And he actually is an independent artist too, and does do some songs.
Nice. Shout out to independent artists.
Yeah, I've actually streamed some of his stuff and used it on some of the videos I've done. I actually think he's hilarious. But he said he's made multiple comments about the fact that every time he goes on a podcast or he does a show, that they always cut it or they edit it and it never makes it. So if anyone's ever willing to put him on there fully unfiltered and unedited, he will agree to come on. I've tweeted at him. I've Instagrammed him at him. No response yet. I want him to get on here because we won't filter his shit.
No, we won't.
No, we won't.
Hey, reach out, bud.
Yeah.
We got you, dude.
Come on, get on here with us. We're not going to filter shit, man.
Yeah, even if they tell us to take the episode down, we'll just go put it on Twitter or something like that. We'll just go Truth Social, Rumble, one of the...
Just because the FCC says we can't air it on the radio doesn't mean we won't just air it on Spotify where we put everything.
And actually, I just mentioned Rumble, right? So, Joe, remember, we mentioned we're going to start figuring out how to get this show on Rumble, right? Because this will do amazing on Rumble, which is definitely a process, right? So we're going to figure that out. But we will not filter shit here. So even if Spotify tells us we got to release it or take it down, we're just going to move it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will always just move it somewhere. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah. There's no filtering here. We cut it. We go. We run.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll definitely, even if we just got to put it to our own website.
Exactly.
Website. If they make us take it down. Yeah, but it would definitely be cool to get Buddy on here. That would be awesome, actually. That'd be,
Yeah.
and it seems a little bit more realistic at this point because Tom McDonald probably won't fucking, you know what I'm saying? But if we could get Dude on here, that would be great.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, so if anybody knows him, put us in tune, right?
Oh, yeah. Tell him he's got an open invite whenever he wants.
Yeah. All right, Joe, this is a little bit for you, right? This is a little bit for you. This is something I seen. What's this Michigan pop market thing, dude?
Oh, amazing. It ties in great to what you and I were talking for the last 2 days, right? Remember how we said that just because Illinois didn't go doesn't mean every other state's going to go, right? Mm-hmm. And they're going to try and do these same bans. Same thing. So I think it's the Lansing, that article you're talking about. It's from Lansing. Yeah. They started talking about all the children now going to the hospital for toxicity reports and having issues with doing the over-the-counter and the Delta 8s. Huh.
Wow. You see, them numbers are, you want me to give you the numbers?
Yeah, give me the numbers.
Okay, so from 2020 to 2022, Poison and Drug Information Center had 801 occurrences of cannabis ingestion. This marks a nearly 75% increase, sir. Yeah,
that's insane, and it's horribly bad. But let's take on a couple other things. Remember when we were kids and we got high and we tripped our balls off? Everybody was afraid to call the cops or the poison control because of the fact that you just did something illegal.
Yeah, I went and laid in my mom's bed and told her, I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Right. Do you see the difference though? Are they talking about deaths or poison?
No, this is just occurrences. So this is just, I would imagine with the word occurrences, mind you, Joe, you've taught me this. It's all about, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Correct. Right?
So remember, this goes to the intoxicating effects thing, right?
Right. So what you're getting at is 800 occurrences.
So somebody could have called. You get what I'm saying? Could have been like, hey.
A mother freaked out. A friend freaked out.
All the above now.
Right.
Very blanketed statement.
Right. And I'm not saying the fact that, okay, yeah, they didn't have enough. But what I'm saying is the fact you're dealing with a bunch of people who don't realize how much they can take before they tweak the fuck out. You do you do enough fucking edibles or you smoke up enough, you're going to trip your fucking balls. It has psychoactive effects. It's meant to fucking happen. It's not going to kill your ass. But the problem is that now it's kind of got this legalization thing for it. It's when people freak out, they're calling it in. I mean, I remember there's multiple things of people calling in shit when they're fucked up and stupid. I mean, remember cops back in the day where women would actually call up, or men, whatever, would call up because they got ripped off in a drug deal because they're so fucked up, right? Remember those episodes?
Yeah.
Somebody sold them drywall and said it was coke or crack or whatever it was.
Ooh, yeah.
I remember that.
I know people that have done that in real life.
Oh, I remember watching it on TV. A little different. But what I'm getting at is now that it's legal, people aren't afraid to pick up the phone. When they're in a panic, they're going to pick it up. It's no longer, oh my God, it's illegal. I'm going to get arrested for being high. It's, I'm tweaking my balls off. I think I did too much. I think I'm poisoned. And I'm not downplaying it, but I'm saying that is what people have to take in effect for that massive increase.
Now here, you know me, right? We're always going to go both ways with this.
Exactly.
Right? We're going to look at it from both sides, right? So now what they're doing is they're doing exactly as you stated though the other day. Right?
Yep. It's
so
setting
this
the pattern.
Is what they're calling it. The problem is not marijuana. It's the legal weed, the intoxicating hemp.
Yes.
So that's the problem here now. Now, so all this is basically setting stage for me, right? So now they're setting the stage so that they can try to do this, which you've already showed me this morning in the Sun-Times, I believe, right?
Yes, I did.
The minute this bill got halted in Illinois, right? Literally 24 hours to the minute almost, a story comes out about how many people that are like, well, listen, this is going on by us though.
Right. Two aldermen.
I think the article was about two of them, right?
Two different wards. Two aldermen are putting through just to force it in their own area to ban this in their area.
So now this is basically the same setup here though. So exactly. Now this is out of Lansing, right? This is out of Lansing. Now what they're going to do is they're going to start laying the land so that they can get people to start taking hemp products off the shelf.
Exactly. Same thing that Pritzker was doing in Illinois. It's the same thing Lansing is setting up. Same thing the aldermen are setting up. They're trying every way possible. I told you it's going to be a nationwide thing. We're going to watch it roll out state by state, city by city. If the state can't get it through, the cities are going to force it. Because think how much easier it is in a city to push it than it is statewide.
Oh my God. I mean, you're gonna start seeing this as like a domino effect in the Midwest right now. You're just gonna see it, and then hopefully it doesn't, but you're gonna start seeing this because, like you said, the golden standard shit, right?
Yep.
You're gonna start seeing this spread across the country, and then we'll fucking see a complete fucking shit show in the cannabis industry.
Exactly, and that's what's happening. And well, they're gonna decimate the hemp industry in order to help the cannabis.
Man, you guys, people, we like. I mean, I know I don't want this to come off as like a show where we're constantly fucking, telling people to do shit, but. I mean, come on, people, wake the fuck up. If you really care, right? If you really care, which some of you people I follow and talk with on LinkedIn, you guys are on there screaming, shouting, right? You guys are on there screaming and shouting, but I don't see no motherfucking action, baby.
No, well, we see some, but not enough. Action. The point is, people are only giving.
Listen, stop giving them the benefit of the doubt, Joe. We can't keep going on with. We can't keep holding people's hands. Not enough is not good.
Right.
So that means that it's not productive. It's not doing what it's supposed to do.
And people got to realize just because it's not in your backyard doesn't mean it's not going to affect you. You should have people.
Gotcha. Look at how quick that was, Joe. Right. What? Less than fucking 24 hours?
We said it was going to happen. Like the fucking aldermans are now doing it from near Midway, which means, okay, think about it. If you're near Midway, it was the Midway.
It's all cops over there too.
Not only that, it's when people land in Midway, right? So what they're doing is people are going to land.
Get off the plane.
You get off the plane. You're going to go. You can't go to a gas station. You can't go anything. You're going to grab a dispensary because a lot of people when they come in.
But I bet you there's something you can do, Joe. Here, I'm going to fuck them up right here with this. I bet you there's something you can do when you get off that fucking plane.
Get a hooker.
Go to a dispo. Go to a fucking spot that's got machines in it.
Yep.
I bet you that's there right off the plane. I bet you that's all over Midway.
You got some big players out there too. So that's what I mean. Like they're going to remove the gas station because people are going to want to get off and get stuff and get high right away. But because some people just want to grab it because think about it, the prices there are cheaper than in the city. Right? You're still in the city.
What big dispos are by Midway? By any chance? Do you know off top?
Ascend Wellness Holdings.
Oh, what a coinky dink. Come on, man. They better fucking stop. They better fucking stop making it so obvious. Listen, I am not that educated.
That's a big
I am not that
operator.
Educated in politics, and I figured that out on air right now, dude. Come on, you guys, for real. Get better, dude. Do not be sorry anymore. Just do better. You guys are at that point. No more saying sorry. Just do better. I don't even give a fuck. That's fucking crazy.
It's way too obvious, right? You got a big multi-state operator right there.
Right there. So, yeah, you can get off the plane. You can hit a machine. You can most likely get a hooker. And then on top of it, you can go over there and you can slide over to Ascend, right?
Right.
But the hemp's the problem.
No, hemp's the problem. They don't want you to go to the gas station and get the hemp. They want you to go to the dispensary and pay their taxes and pad the pockets.
Oh, and go grab hookers too, because them fucking motels are all over in that area. That's actually the only spot that still has them, kind of.
I would know. I just assumed because they're not going after them. They're going after the legal industries.
Now, don't get me wrong. Midway's nice, right? It's got its benefits because a lot of police officers live there.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you're talking about safety, in Cook County and shit. It's nice, dude, because you got a ton of cops, ton of firemen, so on and so forth, right? City workers, shit like that, right? But it's still got a ton of gambling. It's got, like, those motels are all around it where the fucking meth and the fucking whores are, right? And it's got ding, 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 Ascend. So why don't we clean that up first, right? Maybe we should take the dispo out of there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the problem.
Clean it all up. Maybe they're worried so much about hemp and everything. They're not worried about cleaning up the area.
Are they that naive that they think that there's not people that go into those dispos to pick up for children?
Well, we know it. They know it. They just don't want to care about it.
So then why aren't we taking the dispensaries down too then?
Well,
I mean, if we're going to take all the... Listen. If we're going to take all the hemp down, why don't the dispensaries go to that? And the liquor stores.
I was about to go there. If you're going to take... Right. I was about to say, if you're going to take the dispensaries, you might as well take the liquor stores. You can take the liquor stores. You might take...
Fuck them if they can't take a joke. Right. Fuck them.
They're trying
Let's go.
If you're going to protect the children, protect them all the way. Don't just protect.
And as a matter of fact, them pharmacies, right, that get robbed all the time and shit, they got to go too. They got to go to somewhere more secure where them kids can't get a hold of that Oxycontin and the fentanyl and shit too then.
Yeah, they've had enough issues with that shit.
If we care about the kids so damn much, let's go, baby. No booze, no marijuana, no cigarettes, and no pharmaceuticals near schools.
Wait, no, you
None
gotta
of that.
don't forget, we got to get rid of those violent video games and anything with a swear word.
GTA got to go.
Got to go.
And they just put a lot of money in that bitch, Joe. 6 is supposed to be decent, dude. So that got to go.
How long have they been talking about 6?
Oh my God, what are they, like 2 years now? 2-3 years, and the clips that they've been releasing are great. So, but listen, if you care about the kids so damn much, that gotta go.
Right. I mean,
I bet you they don't do
why
that.
don't we just go back to living like the culture as the Puritans? I mean, it seems like that's what they want, right?
And I bet you they don't. I guarantee you Pritzker won't do this, dude. I guarantee you he won't do this. I bet you they don't get rid of McDonald's.
No, hell no. We know that's not happening.
You know it. You know he ain't going, bro.
No.
You know he's not.
He needs that.
He's like, yeah, dude, I guarantee you he's there every day.
I don't know about every day, but yeah.
Stop lying, bro. I bet you he gets him a sausage McMuff with a hashy in the morning, bro.
I have actually not made McDonald's breakfast in a long time.
Dude, we had it not too long ago, but I don't eat McDonald's at all. I refuse to intake that fucking shitty shit into my body, but I am a fucking sucker for the breakfast with a hashy.
I'm more of a Taco Bell guy.
Dude, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Taco Bell, we need sponsors.
Yeah, I love Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, we need more sponsors.
That's my shit. That's my shit. Taco Bell right there.
Dude, I love Taco
Cheesy
Bell.
Gordita Crunch with a Baja Blast.
Bro, I could bang like 6 soft shell tacos.
Oh, I do like Cheesy Gordita Crunch. I do a cheese quesadilla. And then sometimes I do, the steak, the grilled steak burrito with like the Frito chips in there and the nacho cheese. Yeah, that one.
Dude, and low key, shout out to Taco Bell. You guys are kind of changing the game a little bit with that new menu you got, bringing it a little bit more upscale and shit. I like it. Good look. You guys were starting to fall behind there a little bit. You guys are starting to look a little trashy, but you guys picked that shit up.
I haven't seen the new menu.
You haven't?
No.
Oh my God, you got to check it out. No,
I will have to.
They're doing their thing, dude. They're doing their thing. Remember, like, it started to lose its way over the years because when we were younger, it was like a fucking taco delicacy, right?
Yeah.
And then you got it as we got a little bit older, like our 20s, it started to be downhill. But now they're picking it back up, revamping, a little bit of rebrand mode. You could see that happening. Nice. Love it.
You know what I miss from them? And I used to get it all the time back in the day, back in like the college days, that grilled cheese stuff, grilled steak, double cheese. Remember where it's like you'd stretch it and do it? Man, me and Brian would be drunk as hell trying to walk through that drive-through and get in. They'd be yelling at us that we need.
Me and my asshole fucking cousin Neil, fuck that prick. We used to fucking he used to live down the street from one, right? And we would always walk down there and we'd fucking sit and get Taco Bell as kids when we were at Driscoll and he was over there, dude, in Addison. Man, fucking amazing times, dude, back when we were kids. But then it went downhill. Now it's picking it back up.
Right.
Shout out to Taco Bell.
Yeah. And then you'd get really high and you get the crave cases and you wake up with all the empty little things around you holding the crave case.
Dude, I'm not gonna get lost off on White Castle. You're fucking crazy. You're making me sound like a fat ass. No, but so a little bit of music from our end, right? A little bit of stuff as we were talking a little bit about music. So
give it 20-year high in our world.
Yeah, right. Fucking Stunt, man, listen, Stunt sent me like 4 new songs in the past 2 days, dude. He's just been going absolutely fucking once again insane. He's got, I say it all the time, this motivation and this encouragement and the work ethic that you're seeing from him is like growing, and he's getting so laser focused on his music career these days that it's something that I can't wait to talk about in the future to somebody, right? I could see us being able to sit down and explain this situation and visualize his growth in the future. It's going to be great. Listen, I'm telling you, these guys out of Flint, Joe. So when you come out and you start to see things like what we've created out of Flint with ATM A. Lee and Bossman the Don and Money Boy Mark, and then they just brought this chick to the table that I'm telling you, voice of an angel, bro. Enjoy Melody, dude. So what you're starting to see is 312 All and Motivate the Trenches are growing, right? Now we're in 3 different regions. Well, not regions. We're in 3 different areas of the country now, dude. We've got Mr. Big Ol' and Bossman Juan coming out of the South in the Memphis and Louisiana area, right? You've got our amazing artists out of Chicago that we started this thing with, right? Now you even got guys up in Michigan, which I told them The guy they want to be involved in cannabis in Michigan, Joe.
Mhm.
I tell them the guy that they need to talk to is you, right? Because you're going to direct them to the right areas. None of these people that are going to play them for their fucking fame, right?
Yeah.
So, I've already told them that when they're ready for that to reach out to you. Dude, the team has grown so beautiful, dude. Chris and fucking Freddie, bro, are hammering down as a team now. Chris, Freddie, Geek, and Smokey Dollars, right? So we've built this, we call it like the production team, because we've kind of covered every aspect in getting a song done and released at the top of Motivate the Trenches, right? So you got Smokey Dollars and his wife, Cash Mama, bringing so much to the art that that's another great experience that we get to watch. I get to watch, actually. And I'm really upset that you don't get to see a lot of this because you're always so fucking busy. I can never get you on these FaceTimes and the studio sessions, bro. But watching the way that he works on our projects is out of this world, let alone, right, him and his wife do projects together, bro.
Oh, wow.
So it's a great experience with him, wifey, and his son. Chris is killing the game with his music, and now he's really diving into building the Motivate the Trenches brand now, dude. So what we're seeing is just the team is growing and coming together beautifully, bro. I'm fucking loving every second of it. I miss out on a couple things here and there because I'm always doing this stuff with you now. We've got everything we're doing in the hemp industry and the cannabis industry now that we're talking about getting done. We're working our way back to Chicago, right? Be excited, my boy. I'm on the heels when I get back.
Right. Maybe we won't have to be doing the Riverside for a while. We could just be on one screen.
Dude, we're gonna we actually talked about that, me and Phil, right? So shout out to WURE FM Global, right? One of our partners over there, the owner Phil, has been amazing and really, really, really is proud of the growth that he sees, dude. It's fucking like his whole team's got this spark in them again, right? So we were just talking about that, working on getting a proper studio, like getting everything built out so that we could just do this shit together in the studio that Joey's been fucking building out with a bootstrap budget over there, dude, and fucking killing it over there, dude, and coming up on so many cool things, dude, to make that place the best, bro.
I want to do some promo shoots and stuff with us on the pews.
Oh, God, yeah. And we talked about the pews on air, dude. So, everything's just been coming along swimmingly, dude. Make sure that you guys go check out all of the artists, bro. We've got, Max, Little Stitchy, Lowski, Bossman the Dom, Bossman Juan. You got Mr. Big Ol', Stunt Taylor, Tommy Bands, ATM A. Lee, Money Boy Mark, Enjoy Melody, Tokyo Shaky, bro. Listen, all these artists are also playing, have all their music on WURE FM Global. You can always check them out there. The website is I believe it's in all of our bios. Make sure you go and tap into all the pages to stay up to date. And reach out to Tink for any promo that you guys are looking for too. She's got a lot of great services with the station. She's setting up interviews with the station. She's setting up interviews for Joey's F'nAround podcast over there with Mike Moe and Joe over there. Yeah, Joe might fucking like that. But yeah, dude, we just got a ton of shit going on. I wanted to make sure I got that out to everybody and do all of our artists a solid and let everybody know what's going on. All the previews to the music are also on my page, boss.
Perfect. Anything else we got to get out there? I mean, we did a nice little promo there for it. We still got a little bit of time that we want to wrap up.
I'm good. What you guys got planned over by you, dude?
Dude, Mo's actually really sick. I mean, I just checked in him on him. He's like flued out. Ooh. Yeah, like 4 or 5 days. July was just sick a couple days ago. So you got the whole F'nAround team sick as hell, like recuperating over there, except me. Well, it's because I stay over here and I stay virtually.
Yeah, right. You're just working. Yeah, you're working the entire day. The only interaction Joey has mostly with is Bella.
Yeah, exactly. Other than
Bella's his assistant, if you didn't know. She's hot.
Yeah, she's a little 50-pound, half husky, half bull terrier.
Yeah, a little hairy, but she's hot.
But yeah, so I mean, usually I do everything remotely, and so I'm not out, and because I'm still not drinking, I don't go out, I don't go see people, I'm not at bars. So
decent.
Right. So I don't get sick. Like I do when I do.
Well,
but
dude, make sure you tell everybody that they get better, bro. I mean, it sucks that everybody's down for the count, but we're picking up the slack over here.
Yes, we are. getting it out there, getting it talked about, saying what needs to be said, finding places to go at. I mean, if you guys got news you want us to discuss too, bring that to our attention. We'll happily discuss it.
Yeah, or drop it in the comments. I know we're lacking on getting them clips out to people,
Yeah.
right? And I'm working on them, but we are working on getting more clips going and shorts going and everything uploaded properly. So just bear with us. And, you obviously can contact either one of us about getting on the show or talking about something at any time.
Exactly. And once again, thanks for effing around with us in the morning. I'm your co-host, Joe.
JJ, everybody, have a great day.
Thank you for effing around with us in the morning.
See you tomorrow morning.
All right, see you tomorrow morning.
Effing around, start the day. Rest and rage, we got something to say. Feel the beat, the energy rise. It's morning mayhem, no surprise. We're effing around, sun's up, it's true. Morning vibes just for you.
Sounds good.